What's the worst thing that could happen right now in October?
What's that tiger?
Oh
What's that word?
boy,
Yeah.
you just cursed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already cursed anyways. Even if I say Odo.
And
I
on that
mean-
note, welcome to Dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast, episode 68.
Almost.
Almost nice.
Damn it! I should have joined the next one. Then I can say nice.
I mean, you could still do.
Yeah.
Dia.log, the number one curse podcast in Malaysia. How many times that we said some things on record, on live on stream, and then something happens after that. Coincidentally, I still
Like a
regret how we opened this season. That was the most. We should have run a Twitter account about Dia.log clips that age like milk. Just to post all of this. Anyway, introducing the panel. We have Daniel over there.
Hello.
And the other side, Anan.
What up?
And our regular friend of the podcast, returnee guest, Tohka.
Hi.
And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, and we have reached the elusive Brooktober. And yes, we have cursed the episode. What will happen?
Don't say broke. I just got my money.
Not anymore. Yeah, guys, what's happening? What's cooking?
Besides the wallets, nothing much.
I mean, right now wallet aku penuh, but let's see until the end of the month.
It's fine.
Yeah, one of my colleagues just today he bought not metal wagram, black wagram wine, plastic model for 190. So he's like, I'm gonna buy another one next week. I'm like, what the hell? Just burning money at this point.
I mean, at this point, CF's not gonna happen, so I can save money to buy stuff.
Yeah, those events aren't happening anytime soon, isn't it?
Yeah, no CF, no.
You
no
know,
Max.
you know, at this point, the only thing that can save this fucking year, Hatsune Miku online concert. I'll fucking take it.
Man, digital Coachella, let's go.
Digital Coachella.
Bring back Asune Miku. She deserves this stage.
Only concert I would go to live.
So, we've been playing games, I assume. The past 2 weeks.
I mean, what can we do during this entire year?
I guess that's all we do now. I guess let me start the ball running with this one. So, I've been on review duty. It was for an indie game. It's called As Far As the Eye. It's kind of a cool take of a roguelike. Instead of, you know how the roguelike progression, right? But instead of like something like an action RPG like Hades right now, which I've heard good things about it, this one is a bit different. It plays like a 4X game. It plays like a civilization. It basically, you know how 4X, right? At set, just remove the extermination because it's just mostly resource building, city building. You collect resources to progress to the next stage, basically. The thing is, that game is very punishing to the point that they do not like you hoarding any resources. Let's say, okay, so for example, you just want to prepare for the worst, right? Okay, I just want to stockpile like 300 wood just in case something happens, and then Haha, something happened. Random event. All the wood has been eaten by termites. Tough luck, buddy. 300 wood has been gone. Just like that. It really punishes you for hoarding stuff. So, with that in mind, I try to find a comfort survival game. Something that's about collecting and hoarding things. But with a more, let's say, less stress-free environment. And no, Fallout 4 does not count for this one because I had my fill with Fallout 4 and I'm thinking about uninstalling it for moment being.
For now.
For no other reason other than I saw it taking up like 100 gigs on my file. I've installed too many mods. And yes, I've installed a Master Chief Armor mod. Coincidentally. With some news that we're gonna talk about soon. Anyways, so that out of the way, I went back to my Xbox Game Pass for PC catalog and look on some of the games. So I saw No Man's Sky. That got an update last week. Oh, I haven't tried No Man's Sky. I booted it up, installed it, played around 1 hour, and I figured, hey, how come the performance is a bit poo pee pee here? It's like, I don't know why it's locked at 40 FPS. I tried messing around with the settings in game. Still doesn't work. That said, I do like what they have added, but it's a bit like front loaded. When I drop into that planet, it's like, you know, one of the new cool features about the update 3.0 is like you have like firestorms, different weathers. So I went, my first planet was a hellscape. I got burned just landing on the spot. I got burn damage. Wait, what? And then the tutorial keeps on giving, oh, you have to collect this. Oh, you have to go to this. And then I have to focus with the performance issues in it. Okay, No Man's Sky, I think I'll revisit it later when the performance is better. So I had assumed. Next, I installed State of Decay 2. And apparently it's also locked to 40 FPS now. Oh, hold on. What happened here? So apparently it was not No Man's Sky's fault. It was my own fault for activating Nvidia's Whisper mode.
A what mode?
Whisper mode. So essentially, there's one setting in the GeForce Experience app that says like, oh, if you turn this on, the machine will be much more quieter. Okay, that looks like an absolute win, I say. And then I toggle in, and the small print doesn't say that it caps the performance to 40 FPS, and it basically doesn't run your card, your graphics card. Everything is basically on the integrated graphics. God damn, I've been bamboozled. I should have played No Man's Sky. Anyway, I stuck around with State of Decay 2 then, and that has been my comfort survival game for last week. After I install it. So basically, what I'm saying, you know how many people don't really care about State of Decay because, oh, this is another zombie game, and at the time of release, oh, this is another survival game. But at its core, I think they've done a good job of making like it's a systemic survival game, as in. Here's how the structure works. You load into the world. You can pick a selection of a pair of characters. Something similar like Wasteland 3, but you cannot create custom characters. Rather, all those custom characters that you all the preset characters that you get have like random stats you can pick through. It doesn't mean anything at the first start, so I just pick some guys, a couple. I think my headcanon is that those two are a lesbian couple or something. So I just picked those girls, and it loaded me into an open world map. So what you do is like you have to survive day by day. So you go out and collect resources. But the thing is, the cool part of it is that after the tutorial, everything is just like systemic based. There's not really like a mainline story. The whole bit is just you go out there and do your stuff. What you want to do, you go do. So there might be days where, oh, you heard some radio transmission of a different faction. Some other dudes where, let's say, oh, this is some military dudes that call themselves the anti-zombie veterans or something like that. Oh, these are the tough guys who can kill zombies with weapons and stuff like that with good stats. So I do missions with those team, and then I met with those guys. They are like a faction of 3 people, and then they keep on every day. They keep on budging me. Hey, dude, buddy, you're a friend, right? Come on, help me out with some of these randomly generated missions we have here. Sure, I have nothing to do, and I kinda like that one guy. And then I went to clear out some zombie spawns, and oops, the zombie spawns were too much, and the guy died there. So now there's 2 guys at that faction. Okay, fine. And then the next day, another mission comes in. Okay, I go help one other guy there, and he suffered the whole mission the mission line was like he cannot deal with the situation right now, and now he wants to spend time alone. So now that faction lives on it just 1 person, and then the next day, that 1 person left in that faction. She just said, "I give up. Hey, do you have room in your place?" And I look at your stats and like, you look good. Go, come in. Grab one of the guys. Okay, come. And then the faction disbanded because everybody is either dead or is now within my community. And all of these are random generated stuff. And the cool part is that there is one big open world, but because of the limited resources, like you have to find fuel for your car, and some of the distances are very far to just walk through. So you have to like plan your supply runs. Okay, first time, okay, you go to this town here and clear just one building. Just one building. And then go back. And then by the time when a few days goes by, and then you find out, all the resources are basically depleted. Now you have to find a new home in somewhere else on the open world map, which this is another bigger base that you can go to. So weirdly enough, even though it's like you are not like gathering stuff from, let's say in No Man's Sky or most survival games, the resources are within like scattered around the world. And not only that, those resources you can feel like they might be randomly populated by like when you come back later on in a few days or something like that, in-game days. State of Decay doesn't do that. When it's gone, it's gone. If the place has been looted, pick free, it won't respawn. So you have that thing to be to consider, which is interesting to play. But the last interesting part is that after you completed this one goal, which is basically clear the bigger zombie spawns, you can actually find the last goal that you can do is find a way out of the open world map, and then you go to another open world map and start the whole thing all over again. So that's how they keep you going. Repopulate the whole open world with more resources to collect. It's an interesting take of a survival game. Maybe because I don't play these sort of games a lot, but despite the jank, I think State of Decay 2 is okay. I mean, the first thing I saw is that a zombie was on a rooftop, and they tried to come down from there, and it just stuck in mid-air for like 5 seconds. That's the first bug I see. But after that, most of the experience is pretty much like smooth. And yeah, and there's permanent death. If one of the guy die, well, there's a graveyard back there in your character select screen to remind you of the people that died.
Ooh.
I had one bad experience of actually finding one guy running around on the street. I thought it was a zombie, so I ran him. And then, wait, no, that's the guy from the other faction that somehow is running on the street. Okay. I went back to him. I immediately recruit him. He says okay, and then a zombie swarm comes in, and then I leg it. I thought everyone was in the car. Apparently he didn't, and he died on the spot. We recruit him like 5 seconds. 5 seconds, he already died. Yeah, good job with contributing to the community. You just got in and died. And I didn't help because he got rammed before. Yeah, State of Decay 2 is interesting. Also, you can play it in co-op. So basically, all of those characters within your community, you can have one buddy goes in there, play with you, and also mess about and make and can have basically you can have a buddy kill off one of your favorite characters. So be careful. Yeah, let's wait for State of Decay 3. Apparently, there's one teaser about the game when it was announced. It made no sense if you don't know the game. But now I know what is what they were teasing. Animal zombies.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Dog zombies part 2.
before like right now the big zombies are basically your Left 4 Dead archetypes lah. Like, oh, this one spills poison. This one is big, fat, and very hard to kill. Oh, this one can run really, really fast. So basically, like Left 4 Dead 2 archetypes of the mega zombies, I guess. I don't know the real term for that. Now we're gonna have deer zombies, maybe bear zombies. That would be interesting. As long as there are no insects, I'm okay. The reason I didn't try Grounded is on principle. I know there is an arachnophobia mode where it turns those giant enemy spiders into like blobs, like just like floating jelly beans with 2 eyes rather than the full, tremendously terrifying form. But there's still giant ants. No, I'm against that. I'm anti-insects whatsoever, especially when they are much bigger than human size. So I won't touch that. But I heard good things about it. So if you love these kind of survival games, Microsoft and Xbox have plenty of them. Just like how Sony has plenty of open world games. Yeah, there's an observation, not saying much. So that was my week.
State of Decay. I mean, I played the original, so if the second one is an improvement from the first, so okay lah.
Yeah, it's less janky.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, you can feel the jank, but it doesn't feel like the game is like breaking apart every time. It's rather that, oh, this could be polished just a bit more. It's that kind of feeling rather than, oh god, I'm gonna crash it. Nah, it's not that kind of game anymore. Which is good. They're making progress.
Very good progress.
Yeah, and sorry to No Man's Sky, I throw you under the bus, but it was all Nvidia's fault.
Everybody's blaming Nvidia, so let's blame them as well.
Always blame.
Yes, woman's land. So, where do we go from here? Tohka, do you want to shoot your shot?
Shoot
My shot. As in shooting zombies or anything else.
I don't know. What do you have in line to talk about on this show of ours?
Well, as everybody knows by now, MiHoYo, the publisher that released Honkai Impact, released a new game. Which is basically called, they replaced Honkai with Genshin, and they thought Impact would be a good idea. So that's your main title for this new game. Apparently the game's available on everything except Xbox. I don't know why.
Soldier console.
Wait, really?
Soldier console.
Wait, Soldier what?
God.
Soldier confirmed. That was a look into the before time. Go on.
But anyways, I found a new gacha hell to play into. Even though I already have 4 other gacha games that basically I abandoned half of it by now.
the one game that got most of the Western world to play a gacha game. And still
Because-
praising it. God damn, they got debated hard. I don't know how they did, but god damn it, Hoyo.
Apparently, the game looks like Breath of the Wild, where I should have renamed it to Breath of the Waifu. But anyways, game-wise, it's your standard not MMO. I mean, you can play co-op until 4 friends, which I recommend. I recommend it'll be a good thing until the newer updates.
Nah.
But
You have-
otherwise,
you and many others here in co-op never felt the pain that is Inferno mode Diablo 3 solo.
oh, I did. I played Diablo 3.
No, the new kids yang baru nak main this gacha game.
Oh, yeah.
They'll never know. Because I've seen like a lot of my friends also playing Genshin again. All of them are grinding to level 60 so that they can play multiplayer. Well,
Wait, 60 or 16?
16. Yeah, 16.
Right.
Tong lah, like good for you guys. And I,
I mean,
can see like before that I can see that on our Discord. We are talking this on Discord. I can see that one of our crew members is also playing it right now.
Guess who?
Okay. Anyway, continue on.
Anyways, this gacha is basically the combination of Legend of Zelda plus the gacha system of the Fate Grand Order system. Because apparently the gacha rate on this game is basically bullshit.
Haha. That's why I stopped playing.
I mean, I didn't play it for the gacha. I mean, I know I can even play it with the beginner characters. So my wallet would not be broke on this game, thankfully. But even though pretty much the game overall, it's very good in terms of mechanics and gameplay. There's just a tiny few problems with the game.
Okay, what is it?
First of all, gacha system obviously dah complain tadi, so we'll just skip that part.
It's on principle, gacha is a very problematic thing, even though people like their waifu JPEGs and husband do JPEGs.
But this is a 3D waifu or husband though.
But okay, I mean in terms of gacha rates, I think Fate Go would be number one in terms of gacha rate luck, because let's be honest, when you play Fate Go, you will waste money just to get a Stofo. Oh wait, I mean moderate. Anyways, in terms of gacha rates, the worst gacha rates, I think Genshin Impact will go into top 3 right now. First one will always be Fate Go. I mean, okay, 1% total for 5-star characters in Fate Go. Genshin Impact 1.6 gacha rate for 5-star. And I did consult Reddit, because Reddit try hard people. So apparently they did calculations. So basically, the only way you can get a 5-star character is to do gacha times 100. That's a guarantee.
Wow. The
1 over 100.
crane machine method then.
Wow.
Yes.
My god.
Luckily, I got it within my first try. After that dah hilang.
Man.
So that's one thing. The second thing is the grinding system in general.
Oh yeah, when I discovered how the grind actually how it actually plays out, it just turns me off. Like it turns me really freaking off.
I mean, I can understand there's a grind mechanic in an RPG game. That one I can accept. The problem is the level progression. Like, okay, if I open a chest, 20 XP per chest. Let's just say you go into level 20, opening chests will become more harder.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, plus you have this dungeons, abyss or whatever you call it. They only give like 100 EXP per run, and that's plus with daily currency. So again, I did the math. So in general, if you grind a whole day, you can get at least 500 to 1k per day. Tryhards. And they're still having newer updates coming on.
That's the weird part of me playing Genshin Impact is one, I still cannot understand. No, okay, let's start this off. I do believe that Genshin Impact is a well-made game, especially when you consider that this is playable on iOS and Android as a mobile game. I think that an open world RPG of this scale with this sort of systems is much better than your usual end of the your box standard gacha RPG, where you can basically just auto battle and win, and you do nothing but grind, or rather you just stare at the screen. The thing is, I don't get the big praises that people are giving it. I mean, it should be praised, but not this far. Like people are saying, "Oh, this is much better than the Zelda clone." This is too good for free to play. Guys, what standard are you guys are judging? I don't know either whether that this mostly I see it from the Western media, not to bash them hard, but it feels like they didn't get what you say, get burned by the
They get the
gacha. Yeah.
memo.
I mean I believe, like, okay, here's the thing. Even from the mechanic standpoint, I feel like it has potential, but it's just not there. And what I believe, because it's not there, is because probably most likely it's because of mobile limitations. This game have to be on all those platforms, so compromises must be made. Like the way I know the combat system feels good, but it's still just mash most of the time, and maybe just use a few elemental powers. Impressive on a mobile scale. But I've played Kingdoms of Amalur recently, so this feels like a downgrade. And the exploration stuff is cool. Like you can do the Zelda's, the Breath of the Wild climbing stuff, right? And there are like secrets and puzzles around there that do reward your curiosity. But the rewards are very boring. Like, those are just the same trash 1-star items that you are using for, like, to gain XP for your better weapons and characters. And the most egregious is of course the grinding stuff lah. Tohka mentioned about the opening the chest. I like to point out that battling the enemies around the open world is also worth like 10 to 20 XPs in the early game. I don't know if it will be better, but to contextualize, 10 to 20 EXP does nothing when you need to level up with 1,000 or more. Oof. You basically do nothing to progress if you just battle the mooks around the open world. You have to use those items, and I do believe that early game they give you a lot of those EXP boosts and stuff. I don't think it will be the same when it hits mid game. I have a feeling that that's the trick they want people to get into.
Okay, here's the thing about EXP. They have a system that you can grind for EXP materials. Now the problem is those items are only good until level 30 to level up. After that is shit tier. And the maximum and the max and I played earlier. I did all of those EXP material. The maximum level you can get if you do that only dailies is 500 EXP for main character. And then for EXP materials, you basically get around 6 to 7 levels per day. So in terms of leveling, not bad. But when it comes to mid game, yeah, you're gonna suffer.
Yeah, I do have a feeling that they just like the generous starting. The first one's free. And
Okay,
then the reality kicks in.
I mean,
Yeah,
welcome to the gacha bit. You know,
Yeah,
hey, look at us,
they-
we're free to play. And then when it comes to mid game, you know what? There's the option to pay. We'll gain more money and you get more stuff.
That's why I'm surprised with all of the early impressions from the Western media. Wow, you guys are praising this too much. It deserves praise. I do believe it deserves praise. The aesthetic is well nailed. I mean, I do not like the waifus and husband those are not my preferences, but I do appreciate the work gone into them.
Oh yeah, MiHoYo did an incredible job on making this not only a free game, but in terms of mechanics and everything, they did well. Just, you know, there's improvements to be made, and I'll be expecting more when the next. From what I learned from the game is you got seven districts, I would call them. So basically, they're gonna plan like a Warcraft's expansion.
Oh yeah, you can see that the open world map style is also like Breath of the Wild, where you start in the center and then it will sprawl to the edges of the world. But most of the parts are basically locked off right now. It's probably gonna be expanded. It's totally gonna be expanded.
Yeah, but speaking of Warcraft, Shadowlands gets delayed again due to the same reasons of Cyberpunk. So no surprises there, to be honest. But I am low-key excited for Shadowlands, World of Warcraft nerd. If that's one thing that can break my wallet, it's probably that. It's probably Warcraft.
Interesting.
Wow, Stockholm syndrome. And finance.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Blizzard.
Oh yeah, but before I pass to the next person, just wanna say the assistant of the game is not emergency food, even though I see a lot of memes. Speaking of foods, I have my burger here. It's been waiting for half an hour, so I'll just pass it to the next guy.
Yeah, dig in and if make sure the
No, don't worry. PTT. Push to talk.
Moku.
No, if you want to do it even. No, I was going to say if you're gonna do that sound, make it even more egregious. But yeah, sure. Push to talk.
I am respectable person. Takut kau nanti ada apa midnight cravings.
Good to know.
Alright.
But yeah, I'm not against anyone who wants to try Genshin Impact Go. It might be a game for you. I'm just gonna warn you. There's something that will get you, and it might not be as good as Breath of the Wild, but it's there. And especially if you play it on mobile, it's I think one of the best mobile games right now. I can't say for sure because my phone is not good enough to run it. Like my 3-year-old phone is not good enough. I mean, graphically this is nice.
Well, hopefully the 60 FPS optimization is coming in soon.
Alright.
Really.
Alright.
All this talk about Genshin and all this gacha just reminds me of all of this gacha is basically drugs. You're dealing with drugs.
It is.
All the drug tactics. Okay, now first hit is free, and then if you get more drugs, you build tolerance, and then just fell off the cliff, the effectiveness.
Yeah.
Of all these moves.
And then you can't get out. You want it
you
into your system.
It traps you.
You want more.
You're trapped.
I can't live without it. I need the heat, man. I need the pool. I need my pool.
You know, this is how Daniel and me got into that hell, and we keep asking ourselves, how the fuck do we get out of it?
I don't know, man.
The first rule to play is the not to play.
Yeah.
If you don't play, you'll live normally.
Look, I'm just gonna say, if Tohka didn't want to sign on, I didn't know Tohka wanted to sign on for this episode. That's why I installed it, just in case someone has to have a look at it. I even have a draft for the first impressions right now. It might be going live soon on gamermatters.com. I just need to find some motivation. But yeah, most of my points I've already hit it on here, but you can read it in written form as well. Man.
Sorry, a bit too.
Alright, sorry.
I try
My
Genshin a bit.
Yeah, let's try it. I think I'm at level 9, so sikit lagi ke the what's some call it, the co-op element of the game.
Well, I think I went too deep already. I'm at level 25. Is that too deep?
Oh, you can't go back, man.
Dah, tadi dah.
Well,
I can't go back. Like I said, I played 4 fucking gacha games. I abandoned 2 of them because tak ada rasa. The other 2 is still in taste, and this game is gonna be my replacement.
oh, rotating out
So you
the cycle.
Out
You're
with the
basic-
old, in with the new BS.
You're basically on coke, crystal meth, heroin, and what's next?
Ketamine.
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 All these
apa?
kind of drugs.
What's that bunga?
It's not gonna be Shabu. Shabu, we already
Oh
designated
no,
for Destiny.
no, not Shabu. It's
I'm saying that we already designated that for Destiny.
no. What's the thing that like you selalu minum? Apa benda?
Ketum.
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 Um,
Ketum.
What
Oh
is
my
ketum in English?
I have no fucking idea.
sure.
Like Toda also. No, Toda. Apa? Todi.
That's
Yeah.
tadi.
There's plenty of alcoholic beverages that even though that some people might enjoy.
It's called Ketum in English is called kratom.
Is that how God of Kratos is named based on?
Probably.
It sounds so fucking familiar.
I think the Red Bull early formula is that using
Yeah, kratom because it's a Thailand
kratom.
based. It's for
Kratang.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, so Red Bull used to have opium in it.
Man, who gets it? Energy drugs. Energy drinks.
Energy
drugs. Well, that's the Freudian slip there.
I mean, air ketum is basically the energy drink, kampung energy drink.
Now that makes sense. You know what? That's why the kampung people, the villagers, do that for farming and heavy labor.
And literally just wanna do relax. Minum ketum juga.
It's okay. No, don't worry. It's low tolerance, the very low alcoholic content, lower than expected. And then you sink in 20 bottles.
You know what? Let's just go back to the main topic. Speaking of speaking of games, Daniel, what have you been doing?
Alright, so so like everyone, I've been playing, the video games. Tapi, it's been quite an interesting week since I started my internship for my degree this week. So every night I got tired. So I like to call this segment.
Yes.
Yeah, I like because when after you're done work, dealing with calls and all, like you just want a game that just sit down, buka laptop or buka the PS4 or whatever, press play and then play until you fall asleep. So I like to call this segment the mixed bag week, which is where I just play whatever game that I feel like playing on that day. So in our docket, I've put in 4 games. So first of it, we go not from the first, let's go from the last one, Fallout.
The first Fallout, you mean?
Yeah, not exactly. It's actually a mod. Again, it is a modified version of Fallout 1, but running on the new Vegas engine.
Okay. That's
So, like-
some big mods there.
Yeah, so like they basically like recreated Shady Shands, Junktown, basically the starter levels of Fallout 1 into Fallout New Vegas. So it's nice. Like, it's like you get to play these guns. Their gun choices back then was interesting because there is a laser Gatling gun antara one of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So instead of running down 1,000 worth of bullets, is 1,000 worth of lasers. So that's interesting. Tapi yeah, betul lah. Like in general, like Fallout games, it's one of those games where you just turn your brain. Okay. Apa Preston, you want me to kill this settlement? Alright, no problem.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Like, this is a game to relax. I understand why a certain company that we were going to go on buys this game, their company, Bethesda, because they need it. Tapi still, good game.
Okay.
Then we have an interesting one. I think siapa played this game way back in episode 10 or 11. Was it you, Anan?
Well, who is that?
Yes,
Yes, that's me, alright.
So that was that episode 10, 11, that was 2 years ago. And then like recently Epic Games gave out a free Shadowrun. Basically all three
Yes.
of the Shadowrun games for free.
Welcome to the fold, man. Welcome to Shadowrun.
Wow, like Hong Kong is my favorite by far. Like goddamn, the atmosphere is stuck. It's so good.
Chef's kiss. Oh man, it's so good. I've been telling you guys to play Shadowrun.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I dabbled my feet. I just didn't went back into it hard enough. I dabbled my feet. I know that's the cool stuff. Look, the world of Shadowrun is cool. It's cyberpunk but fantasy. Orcs with cybernetics, man. Using magic and hacking powers. Stupid. It's stupid fun.
Like I don't even know if you remember the story again, but the story is so good. Like because basically the gist of Shadowrun is that you are formerly a guy, one of the guys atau girl that ran away from Hong Kong and came back to help out the family lah. And I think the exact part where I got hooked is when one of our companions said that, hey, for next, because we have Danial working with the cops because they want to fight out the triad. But since they are also the triad, so anytime they want to say something interesting ataupun important, hey, we should speak in Cantonese so that our police companion doesn't know. Like, oh, that's good. Like, oh yeah.
Code switching. I love that.
Like, oh, that's good. That's so good.
I mean, I understand why a lot of games don't do it as often because A, you need to really understand the culture to do that, and B, localization might be a problem, a challenge. But A, I love that. I love that thing. Bilingual powers, man. We all in Malaysia can relate.
Like, like macam like kalau if you walk around, you can have certain dialogue. Like in Cantonese, dia akan buat bracket lah. Hey lady, what do you want? Like, ooh, this game, I tell you, so good.
Hong Kong?
No, not yet. I think like I just like finished. Baru sampai I think baru sampai inside before we go into the police force. I think.
Oh, before police force. See.
Yeah, before police force. Yeah,
So,
not that far.
have you found the Maskman? Not yet, is it?
No, not yet. Not yet. Tapi I've seen like because I'm trying to find a build so like this thing got walked through by other people. Like, ooh, interesting. Yeah.
But I mean like Hong Kong. You see, I prefer Dragonfall in terms of story because Hong Kong the mechanics is excellent. For me, my favorite is Hong Kong's their improvement in the combat system, the weapons, the upgrades. That one is good. Especially the hacking. The hacking system is good.
Mm.
But for story-wise, I prefer Dragonfall. Right?
Ooh.
Because Hong Kong, I'm not sure. Not exactly story, but the way the faction is emphasized is better in Dragonfall rather than in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you go through multiple playthrough, then you probably tak rasa lah, you probably won't feel it. But if you just go through single playthrough, it's better as a Dragonfall, like in experiencing the whole world.
Ooh.
For me lah.
Okay. Phew,
But
so-
yeah, but it's good. Yeah, any Shadowrun is good. Shadowrun.
And the Shadowrun. Shadowrun. Ooh.
Shout out to Hairbrain Script. Oh wait, hold on. Remember the 2007 Shadowrun game? Oh, that one was weird. That one was an FPS. And
that Shadowrun.
and that game set cross-platform play cross-platform play on PC to consoles. Way back into the mind of people to say no. This not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Fast forward to 2017 or 2018, thanks to Fortnite. Hey, we back in crossplay, man. The sins of Shadowrun 2007 has been atoned.
We can say Hybrid Scheme is pretty much ahead of their time in a sense.
I mean,
Way too ahead.
No, technically that was Microsoft. That time it was Microsoft. Hairbrain Schemes started with the return of Shadowrun Returns.
Oh. Okay. See.
But Hairbrain Schemes still do good games. They did BattleTech.
Yeah. BattleTech.
And upcoming Paradox games as well. They are under that banner now.
Ooh.
Yeah, also, Daniel, if you have any like game design creativity, you can use the editor to make your own campaign.
Oh yeah.
Because you're into D&D now.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Maybe you can
Okay.
try.
I can try. But the Kickflix edition of Shadowrun then. Alright, so the other game that I played, ni macam like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So on Monday it was Fallout, on Tuesday it was Shadowrun, on Wednesday, I played some. I've come back to Liberty City to play some GTA 4.
I see.
Do you want
You play bowling.
God.
Everyone has the same idea. I was waiting for my Roman impression to come in.
That's it.
Like, I haven't realized, like, that the more I play this game, the more I realize that I actually like this world better than GTA 5.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
4 is
I
much
have the
more
same
grounded.
sentiment.
Like, macam like, I think like one of my favorite missions because kita kan it's been borrowed, so daripada Bohan and then ke apa nama the second one tu with Alice Beta or whatever. The second one then the very I think like Brooklyn,
The
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
style.
equivalent.
The Brooklyn equivalent.
Yes.
Like very gritty tapi very upscale. Like the tu. Tapi but my favorite part is still what everybody does kalau main for GTA 4 right now is to grab a car, pergi towards it, go towards the nearest swing set and then do the damn glitch.
That glitch is still around. That glitch is
Yeah.
still around. Wow. Man.
Even in the latest the latest PC punya pun, it's already part of the game.
If it didn't broke, don't fix it. It's broken, but they don't have to fix it.
Ooh. Tapi have you guys, speaking of GTA 4, have you guys been that Digital Foundry punya Xbox Series X punya test?
I just watched like few minutes. Tak tengok habis lagi. So how's the performance?
Like on this game, because I am ashamed to say that I have 3 copies of this game
Oh my god.
for the 360.
Excellent.
My 360, which is dead now. Okay, never mind. PC untuk Rockstar Launcher, of course, and recently, which is why I'm talking about GTA 4 is the complete edition on the PlayStation 3. Like Digital Foundry talk about macam, it's running on 23 FPS. And then baru perasan, it is running on 23 FPS. No wonder it's very lagging a bit.
Oh yeah, on that PS3. I mean, at that time, it looks marvelous. And just okay, it's fine. It looks immensely better than the last one. This is the next generation. Now it looks very dated.
Yeah.
Welcome to when you get old, Chandra.
Welcome to the rose tinted glasses hour.
Yeah, I mean, technically it does age not too well, but artistically, I think there's still a merit to that. I do like the grittiness of the world, of the Liberty City that they've shown, they portrayed.
Yeah. So it runs on 60 FPS without the for Xbox Series X, it's running 60 FPS without the RDNA punya power, which is wow, amazing.
Yeah, this is by raw horsepower alone.
Yeah.
No optimizations. What do they call it? Like Xbox enhanced.
Xbox enhanced.
The enhanced back compat. This is just pure raw back compat. Interesting.
And lastly, on yesterday, at the time of recording, I mind this game, MotoGP. After a certain Valentino Rossi joining a certain Malaysian team for next year. Yeah, okay lah. I think this one, just like I will do like a short review. Better than 2019. In some case, actually, yeah. Kalau tengok balik kan, every racing game last year was terrible actually. This year it was better.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. The bikes are better. You can make your own team, so you can have a literal pink Yamaha.
Yamaha. And
Yamaha.
Book and Asteria Casio. That's a deep cut. Cool. Oh, so they have my team basically.
They have my team. So basically, and you can actually hire race riders juga. I wonder where they got that idea from. Tapi they don't have the driver transfer. I think next gen baru dapat the rider transfer.
See.
But they're already, I think, a bit more in depth because since there's Moto 3 and Moto 2, you can also create a junior category. Like you hire a junior rider and then suruh dia naik to the ranks lah. See, one thing better than F1.
Only we can have a we can have steering wheel for sim rig. Why can't we have a budget
A bike
sim rig
pedal.
for motor?
Yeah, I always think about it because they have like right even right now they have their own like esports league, like official esports league, and it's weird to see them playing just only on gamepad. I don't know, it feels wrong, but that is what it is.
But it's not like Holly's going to, I don't know, buy out Sega punya entire lineup of Super Ride-On and then bought a copy of that handlebar.
No, what I'm saying is that we should repurpose the Hotas into a into a bike pedal.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
like the Hotas like Mereka.
Okay, how about this? Why don't you jerry-rig two PS Move controllers, but with an attachment like just one bar, and you attach the PS Move controllers on both ends, so they can detect movement. Like gyro, kan? So basically you can tilt it right and left to mimic the corners. I don't know. It can work. It's the case of
will it work?
Does it have value?
This is the gap in hardware basically. Someone needs to address this.
I mean,
Come on,
like,
Logitech.
like yeah, the PS movement controller ada those triggers at the back of their controller. That can be the gear up and gear down like real motorcycles.
I mean, there's ways to do it. It's a matter of, is the motorcycle sim racing big enough of a market to justify a full rig? Oh yeah, we should just buy a Sega arcade and then just repurpose it.
Sega Arcade, the time trial when you buy.
Oh yeah, that was always cool.
I think, one way they can do it is they make like a base rig, but for riding you need to buy a bicycle that you attach.
Oh shoot! Yeah. But
Bicycle frame.
no. The bicycling sim. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is a thing.
bicycling sim is there. Yeah,
That's a
you just
thing.
need extra add-on just for bike.
No, that's a better idea. We go from, rather than the arcade, let's go from the pro cycling sim avenue. They actually have esports leagues riding those sim bicycles, man. That's even weird.
That's even weird.
And then just add a tilt mechanism or something.
For something, yeah.
And a gear system.
Someone can do it.
Oh yeah, I remember when you talk about the cycling punya esports scene, I remember there was one case yang someone actually doped just for a simulation.
Yeah, there is a doping scandal for a sim. It's like not the real thing, the sim.
The fuck?
If you think sim racing controversies are weird and laughable, may I introduce to you the world of pro sim cycling? Man, that's another rabbit hole.
So basically, I remember I think he changed his bike into a slightly more advantage bike, and then they doped this sendiri, and then he got screwed over.
Yes, that too. You can rig the rig.
Oh my god, it is true. What the fish, man?
Yeah, not kidding. The cycling. That's it. Now you know what it feels like for the other people who don't care about us talking about cars. That's how it feels like. Why? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, for our viewers / listeners, this is the title of that pro cycling sim scandal. Should digital dopers get banned from sports in the real world too?
Why is this episode high on drugs?
I mean, we bypassed no sleep September, so
yeah.
so what's October? Spooky.
Get high.
Spooky high October.
So basically, we get high and then we see Halloween people.
Yeah.
Get high for the spooks.
But the spooks are the minister.
Spooks are just Yeah.
And on that note, let's talk about another mess.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about that mess. It's already known. It's getting messier now that we've mentioned it more than once. Let's talk about this other mess. Anan, can you take the floor?
Thank you. So if for PC gamers out there, basically know that the RTX 3000 series has just launched recently and on sale very recently. So it's basically a mess in every sense of the word.
Oof.
So the pre-orders and stuff, okay, a lot of people didn't get the stock, which is pretty much a blessing, I would say. If you didn't get your early stock, it's good, because one of the problems that the community has found with the 3080. Sorry. Okay.
Go.
Continue.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the problems with the RTX 3000 3080 is it keeps crashing for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a yikes.
Okay.
It's not all cards. Some of the custom cards have been crashing, especially when overclock.
Overclock.
Yeah. So apparently, when you overclock some of these, let's say, any AIB cards, they just crash. Like when you overclock, okay, and then you play games or you do your benchmarks, they just exit to desktop. So it's basically like instability.
Okay.
Yeah, and this problem only exists on the custom cards. So Nvidia, their founders card are not affected, apparently. So not sure like the whole story, but that's it that we got now. So some outlets investigated this issue and found out that it may the source may be from the circuit design, the card design itself. So use of components and stuff. So they may cheap out on some stuff. So instead of following the reference design, they use some different components, maybe a cheaper component. So and then during testing they test everything. Okay, it works. And from all the reviews that I've watched, that I've read, so if you go over spec, so basically overclock beyond what's written on the box, it will crash. So it will run within specification, but you go outside spec, it will crashes. This is especially, let's say, damning because Nvidia have their own built-in overclocking, auto overclocking tool called Nvidia GPU Boost. I believe you know it, Meck. You heard of it, yeah. So let's say your card, your system have extra power and the card is low temperature, like you have enough cooling, will boost. Let's say beyond the written specification. So with these inferior cards, they will just outright crash. So a lot of people have been complaining about this, and all the manufacturers have issued some fix, like some patches. Not sure whether it works or not. But yeah, like for those who did get their cards early, so you guys are lucky.
Blessing in disguise.
Yes, exactly.
Tapi Anan, like I've got this message from Gigabyte.
PR, that's PR.
The PR,
Okay.
so that's
Okay.
VR
That's
talk
PR.
because
Okay,
I mean, they're technically right. They're saying that there's no guarantee that their choice of lower grade components contribute to instability. That's not the only reason, but it's just PR speak for covering their ass.
okay.
So to say. I mean, it's part of the problem, but it's not the whole problem. So I kind of agree with Gigabyte, but at the same time, they are just covering it up.
Because they did say like, oh, it's not our fault. So
Yeah, it's not.
it is PR jargon,
Yeah.
like not our fault, man.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the cards perform within specification. But of course, if you buy, let's say, custom cards, you expect it to perform better, lah. So it's a gray area. Like you can blame Nvidia, you can blame the cards, but I think you can blame the manufacturer, yes, like Gigabyte, Colorful and stuff, because they're not building it to spec. Because the reference design specifies certain components, let's say layouts, what component types, but they cut corners. So yeah.
Oh boy. I guess the best thing, yeah, as we said again before, again, better wait. All this
Better
high-tech
wait.
stuff is
more.
better wait.
Especially with any new technology, new release, if you get it early, you basically paying the early adopters tax.
Thanks
Easily.
for beta testing this.
Exactly.
Now everyone who cried during the Nvidia stream can stop crying. It's okay. Your 2020 series cards are still stable compared to the new one, so let's just have that for now. It's weird. Does this sort of thing happen usually?
Usually it's driver problem. So usually Nvidia just issue a driver update. Usually when a card crash, people blame Nvidia first. But this is because the cards crashing are different manufacturers instead of just the whole shebang. So people find, and also like they saw we have more data now. Let's say we have a diagram of the reference pack, and then we have overclockers now being out in public. They have their own video, YouTube, and website. So it's not that this doesn't happen before. It's just it's easier to get to spot it right now because we have a lot more data.
Yeah, don't screw with the gamers, man. They'll rise up.
They'll rise up.
Gamers rise up.
Or switch to Ryzen.
Switch to Ryzen. That's the right answer.
Now that's a threat. Even though it's not really for Nvidia, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's see how the situation develops.
Yeah.
I mean,
See how it develops.
This
is a bit of a mess. A lot of mess there. But at the same time, we cannot point directly to anyone's fault because in a sense this is like a gray area in terms of blaming. It's everyone's fault. At the same time, it's no one's fault.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's someone's fault.
Yeah, this is always the problem when this is more in general about life. I figure out is that if you spend more time thinking about who's to blame, you spend less time about figuring out the solution. What's better is that if you are at fault, take accountability. Just say I might have done something poo pee, but figure out. Don't spend the time about the blaming stuff. Figure out the solution together. Find a way to get it sorted. And then if you need to blame, then blame. At that point, it's just say, haha, yeah, I made a boo boo, but hey, it's fixed, right? Rather than you like, oh yeah, this is for you. I always hated that sort of environment.
Which doesn't help either.
But yeah, but at least this sort of thing must be discussed. But yeah, flaming won't solve the world, man. It will make you feel better. I'll let you one there. That one. It will make you feel better, but it won't solve the problem. Oh, that's already hinting too much about that topic we didn't want to talk about. But how about we move on to a topic we want to talk about? This someone has pressed the emergency meeting button. We're going to do an emergency dia.cast.
Yeah, like it is an off race week supposed to be, so Dia.Cast should not be here. Tapi
yeah, Tohka, strap in. We're going fast with this one.
Wait, what?
Okay, so earlier today in our before we recorded this podcast, our dear friend and underdog racing engine, Honda, is pulling out of F1 for the third time.
Why?
No,
Why?
the VTEC.
No. The brrrr. Gone.
This is the third time. The first time was during the Ayrton Senna punya year, was 1993. The reason why he moved to Williams is because Honda left in 1993. So then they left again in 2008 because, financial crisis. And then they've made a car so fast sampai sekarang tak boleh beat.
They pull out too fast.
And then this year,
pull out game is strong, alright.
The pull out game is strong.
Oh my god!
And
I just set it up, and someone has to dunk it.
And then this time, for the third time, they are pulling out due to conflicting interests with their challenge to go carbon neutral by 2050. Tapi they said they will still continue into motorsport. So bye bye F1.
Hello,
And
Formula E.
yeah, I want to say that.
Let's go, baby. Let's have like what, 26 cars? 26 cars.
Yeah, because the limit of I think the F1 punya limit pun like 26 cars. So since it is an FIA punya championship, it's now 26 cars. Tapi
What about Indy? They supply
no,
Indy car, right?
Honda is Indy US. Acura. So technically Acura is a different company for Honda, tapi dia orang a subsidiary. So no.
I mean, for IndyCar, I mean for F1, they have let's say every second they have engine improvement. For IndyCar, it's basically spec race. So
it's spec race. So
I think there's not a lot of expenses other than manufacturing, which is paid by the teams basically.
There's not much of a development war going on there, so they can afford to spend, and Hondas are competitive in Indy.
Tapi as someone who watched them stumble for 2015, supported them in the dark era that is 2016 and 17.
Ooh, that was dark.
No joke. During the Sepang race, the final Sepang race in F1, Tohka tak ada. Tohka, where do you sit in the Sepang race in F1 2017?
Sepang 2017. I think I was sitting on the main punya ni.
Oh, you weren't there because my area of the turn 7. Basically the part where Lance Stroll just literally smashed into Sebastian Vettel. We saw that live. We literally saw that live.
Rookie mistake, that one. Oof.
Literally me and two other Dutch guys next to me, kita je support the Honda guys Toffel, we love you.
Oh man.
Yeah. Tapi still it's kind of disappointing. After they're finally winning races, they have won 5 races already. Tambah last year. Tapi now that's it. I've heard rumors that the CEO doesn't like F1, the new CEO, but he likes IndyCar. So Takuma Sato ada there.
Yeah, Honda is just more like there's basically an engine supplier. They don't have the Japanese representation.
So basically a waste of money.
Yeah, at the moment. And they don't really win consistently enough to justify. But the shame thing is that, F1 is just leaving to 3 engine suppliers, 3 power unit suppliers. Boy, I wonder which power unit Red Bull and AlphaTauri will use.
Mercedes tak boleh, because there is a rule set by the FIA that a maximum a team can supply is 4 cars, 4 teams. Salah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Mercedes already have them, Williams, Aston Martin, and McLaren. So that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And do they want to run? And Red Bull, do they want to run Ferrari?
Let me paraphrase. Do they want to put a shit box of an engine?
No way, man.
Yeah.
And that leaves...
I can see Christian's face looking at the squirrel again.
And that leaves just one more other power unit supplier. With only one team they supply right now. Hello, Renault. Oh, where's the bridge? Or should I swim there? Where can I get a telegraph to Cyril Bitbull? Oh boy, that's gonna be messy. Ooh boy. Unless a random power unit manufacturer comes in, but that's unlikely in this environment, no?
Imagine kalau it was Aston Martin, tapi Aston Martin is already there.
I mean, it's superbly unfeasible because think about it. you need to have a power unit that matches the 3 running right now for 2 years, and then another engine revision for 2025, right? Oh no,
Yes.
like 3 years. Okay, so 3 years. Okay, 3 years, and then you have to redesign the whole thing again. So you're basically just wasting that first. If a new engine enters in 2025, that's cool. But the 3 years there, that's gonna be an issue.
Tapi as they say that they are going to freeze the engine kan from 2022. So technically what you run now is going to be run until 2025. So technically boleh je diorang just buy out the Honda engine and then run those.
Yeah, okay. Buy the Honda engines and contract the power unit team. Yeah. And then brand it like whatever lah, Tech Hero or something. But those are basically Honda, but in another name. Not a works team, but technically it runs based on the previous Honda. Yeah, I think that works. That could work.
Tapi they don't have the capabilities to develop the engine some more. This is not F1 2020 where you can just develop the engine.
Yeah, essentially that's the worst case lah. I bet that's worse. Getting a Renault power is actually better at this stage.
Because Renault, they still have those, they are a works team and they have the tokens and who knew? They introduced tokens to the engine supplier that needed the most and then left. And then they left. GG.
Yeah, Formula 1 looks more and more dire as the years gone by. Pinnacle of motorsports, you see.
Alejandro Egg dekat Monaco right now, just yes. We can take the pinnacle of motorsport now.
I just love to see the diehard Formula 1 fans still living in denial. Man, this is old tech, man. This is old tech. People are moving on. Ooh. Well, good luck with that, F1. They're getting a new chairman, right? Or new CEO rather.
Yeah, Stoffasio Domenicali, aka former Ferrari.
Well, good luck.
Everybody must do a spin every lap.
Spin. I mean, the FIA has been nicknamed Ferrari International Assistant for some time now.
Now it is the F1, the Ferrari 1 championship.
Good luck with this, Ferrari. Oh boy. I have nothing else to add, man. Other than it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, but understandably so.
Oh yeah. I remember that Le Mans is going the mixed hybrid for next season. Hybrid LMDH, so like hybrid something drive, which uses fuel cells, and a certain team daripada the US wants to join in.
Isn't Acura? Nice.
See, so that I think since Le Mans is more cheaper than F1, because you just run literally 5 races a year.
Yeah.
No brainer. Yeah, basically no brainer.
Yeah, WEC and IMSA looks much more attractive right now for motorsport fans. That looks like healthier. Peugeot is back.
Peugeot and like I said, Acura coming in, so Honda can basically just we can support this now.
A shame that Aston Martin is switching from endurance to F1 because the Valkyrie looks good. Hey, they made the wrong bet. They made that bet. They need that money, so good luck. The other
is that or China money? So either way, but buy Lance Stroll, to be honest. Can buy Lance Stroll. What's it called? Bet on Lance Stroll.
Yeah, man. F for Honda, F1.
F for Honda, F1.
In before Red Bull wins the 2023 World Championship without them.
Actually, Renault is the new Alpine engine is so OP, kan?
Oh,
that's why,
man. The prophecy continues.
So it's not up, and Alonso is going to lose again to a Red Bull by 1 point. PTSD teruk terus. Oh my goodness.
And I guess it's time. It's good enough time
Yeah.
to move into the news. Oh, before that, let me just read one of the ghost notes. As you can expect, a ghost note had appeared, a soapstone message. Fatalis makes me want to die. Frowny face. Once been playing the new Monster Hunter World Iceborne update. There's a new monster in there. That's all I know. I am not deep enough to talk about it.
I've watched FGC punya main caster Maximilian playing that. He hasn't cleared it. Dah 2 days lah.
Oh, you mean Capcom number 1 fanboy?
Yes. He's been playing that Fatalist mode for 2 days.
Yeah.
For 6 hours straight. Tak beat. That's how bad.
That looks rough, but from my understanding, that's the content that they wanted. I'm happy for the community.
We want to suffer for 6 hours every day. Okay.
Into the news. Hey guys, remember the talk about Wasteland? Remember the conclusion we had with the Wasteland talk about Microsoft already owns a Fallout game and a good enough developer to make a Fallout competitor? I think Anan said about something about screw you Bethesda or something. Hey, guess what? Todd Howard says who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Because my God, Microsoft just bought Zenimax. I mean the whole of Zenimax, which means the Xbox owns Bethesda. Doomslayer can now tag team with Master Chief.
Doomslayer technically can masuk Smash Brothers.
Yes, they can. The whole back catalog of Bethesda, which includes the Evil Within, Dishonored. We cannot mention Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop. What's Starfield, Elder Scrolls, Fallout.
Skyrim for the 50th time.
Oh man. No, I think the biggest shock for me is that I didn't expect this, because the way I learned this news is that I woke up. I kind of slept in the evening for some reason. I kind of woke up groggy-like, opened Twitter, and I saw a Jason Schreier tweet about Xbox is buying Bethesda. Yeah, this is one of those bullshit rumors, isn't it? Wait, what? They really bought it? Oh, okay. Covered the story. I saw the numbers of how much they paid. I didn't care about it for a bit. And then I watched one of the F1 videos. At the time there was like a rumor about the Mercedes. Sorry to get back into the F1 talk, but this is a brief one. There's a rumor about the Mercedes F1 team's gonna sell out for like what, 700 million USD. Hold on a second, 700 million is a lot, and I believe F1 is an expensive sport. I checked back the numbers again. For the deal about Bethesda, it's 7.5 billion USD. Billion. With a B. Holy heck. Fallout 76 is not that expensive. Apparently
No, Skyrim is not that expensive.
I can't believe Fallout 76 is worth 7.5 billion. What the hell?
That's a lot.
They
should have bought it for 7.6.
They should buy it for the mean price. But what the hell? That's a lot of money.
I mean, they are Microsoft, walaupun orang kutuk. It is still one of the most biggest operating system in the world.
Yeah, and then I realized Microsoft has a 1 trillion USD
$1 trillion
market cap.
Yes.
It's essentially that's how much money they can throw at a moment.
And
A
can
trillion. What the hell?
and in the UK they have this thing like for macam footballers kan, football teams they have this thing called the fair play punya tu. So like I think like for companies, even big companies like Microsoft, they have to adhere. Hence why they have to buy Bethesda.
Unless if you're filthy rich, then through FFP. I'm looking at you, Man City.
So, I don't know where football connection, tapi still. Like wow, now you can have so. From last week's last 2 weeks episode, I said that your choice is yours. You either want Fallout 4 for PS5 or Fallout New Vegas.
Look how that age.
Okay. So my amendment is: would you rather have Fallout 4 on the PS5 or all Fallout games on Xbox Series X?
Fallout all.
Fallout all. Yes.
My God, even 76 if you feeling spicy. Oh shoot. Yeah, this deal is really big. Also, Dishonored 2 was about to leave Xbox Game Pass. Like the end of the week, the end of this week of recording, like October 4. And nope, it's gonna be on there indefinitely because now Microsoft have made the promise. Xbox have made the promise that all Bethesda games will be on Game Pass. Eventually be on Game Pass. Even new titles, including Starfield. Dude, that's the one name drop they keep on using.
Did they buy Bethesda sebab tu kot? Major Nelson nak habis. I'm about to finish my pacifist run of Dishonored 2. guys, can you guys like buy someone so that I can play this? Okay. Wait, what do you mean you just bought the whole Bethesda company?
I just wanted to renew the contract, not the whole thing in literal.
Throw money.
Sure, this is now we know how serious Microsoft is because we keep on seeing Microsoft as the one platform where they sort of get about video games but sort of not, and they just not treating it seriously. Now that they are treating it seriously, now we realize they have the big money there. They can just snap and grab something.
Like I said, people keep forgetting that Microsoft is also an operating system punya business.
Yeah.
One copy of Windows 10 is now 350 ringgit, which is basically a price of a video game as of 2021.
No, the biggest ball move, the big pro gamer move is that they are buying a company and now they have Xbox now owns 2 games that are PS5 time limited exclusives. You have an Xbox game exclusive on a PS5. What the fuck? This is man. No, because if you think about it, they like. You know how like the two platforms, the PlayStation and the Xbox, have been like playing friendly with a lot of the publishers, right? Like if you see like on the Xbox side, you always see the likes of EA and Bethesda on their stage. And you see that relationship, like. So it was a surprise for me to see that Bethesda appears on PlayStation's side and actually have 2 PS5 time limited exclusives, which is a pretty big deal. It's more that I don't want to raise that awareness that much because this is gonna instigate those console war arguments. Nah. But but if you are paying attention, it's kind of interesting. It's just that I do not want to engage the toxicity around it, the discussion. But it is something that I do see. So I guess the big baller move here is to maintain that Xbox wants to maintain Bethesda's loyalty by way of $7.5 billion. I mean, they've struck the deal with EA already. So that's one win for them. And now they got Bethesda permanently. That's a bigger win.
Like before this kan, I expected like because they did say we want to buy a big Xbox wants to buy a big partition. I thought like maybe THQ Nordic kan, because since they are spending too much money, or maybe Microsoft boleh bail out. But nah, they just buy Bethesda instead.
Oh, THQ Nordic will. I don't. I believe THQ Nordic will be another powerhouse. I've said this. It's probably already on the prophecy right now.
The Eldritch Horror works really.
I won't be surprised if THQ Nordic will become a leading AAA publisher. Not just making these remasters and all and such and reviving all IPs, but a proper AAA publisher. And all the quirks and features with that title, which means microtransactions, stuff like that, controversies, hopefully not harassment. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's a crazy situation to see that Xbox can just gobble up. And now we know the true power of Xbox. I mean, we already said about the quality versus quantity game, right?
Yep.
The approaches between these two platforms. Now it's much more apparent. You go to Microsoft, you go to Xbox, you have just games to play. Doesn't matter if all of them are good or not. Some of them are of questionable quality. But there are choices that you can make. Plenty of them. And this is what makes me worry about the PS5 actually. Hey.
Besides them not showing anything, and the lots of rumors that it might be a PS Vita punya style games whitelist, but
I mean, Sony. Hello. Hi.
Mano.
Apa khabar?
Baik.
Sehat tak? They're still keeping mum in a lot of regions right now, which is kind of concerning. But
Have they lost already?
I wish I can say that, but technically they will still win by default because all of this worry about Xbox. Hey, come on, again. Xbox. Hello. Apa khabar? Nampak tak kami ni? We are here in Malaysia. Hello, do you want our money?
Why do you guys started Game Pass at Ukraine today?
Yo, I have these dollars macaroons here, these ringgits for you. Do you want it? I want to pay for Game Pass to you directly.
Yeah, I want to pay your Game Pass and I can buy an Xbox console without being really cool.
Come on, Xbox. Oh, by the way, we've already alluded to this before that Xbox Series X has been previewed by a lot of other media outlets. Also, do you want to know one thing about the Xbox? Those I call it memory cards, which is technically called what? The Seagate expansion memory.
The expansion pack.
I call it the memory card. It's basically that. Memory card, 1 terabyte for the Xbox Series X.
Nah, I'm gonna call it like what Nintendo called it back in the 90s, an expansion pack.
Sure. And yeah, those things are hella expensive. Like, enough to buy a Series S. 1,000, almost 1,000, around 900, roughly converted. 299, I think. So basically,
Oh yeah, speaking of Xbox, they just announced that you can, with the Game Pass, you get 2 months free of Funimation license, monthly subscription. So you can watch anime free with the Xbox. The only problem is
It's US only.
Funimation in Malaysia is shit.
There's no such thing as Funimation in Malaysia.
Okay, but we have Crunchyroll though.
Crunchyroll pun macam crash.
True.
the problems of living in a third world country.
And our country and Japan are really close. So give me the sauce.
It is the daily struggles of wanting to consume content legally. Yet this is what we have.
And this is why I became a pirate.
Yo ho ho and a and a bottle of ice.
I want.
I could tell.
No, I thought he was gonna name a JP person. I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, in more depressing news. Man.
Speaking memory cards,
Yeah, it's because save files, I guess. Hey man, you know how PS4, the PlayStation folks are very good at giving free next gen upgrades. So some of the PS4 games that you buy right now can have a free upgrade to PS5. Cool, right? That's cool. Unfortunately, not all of the save files can be transferred from console to console. I don't know why this is a thing, but some games will not transfer PS4 save files to PS5. The games included are Yakuza Like a Dragon, Dirt 5, and Man-Eater. Most likely, more games will have this sort of issue. And the only one game to confirm to have transferable saves from PS4 to PS5 is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. What a weird thing to have.
Is there any difference in version between PS4 and PS5?
Yeah, for Miles Morales, yes, it is a remastering. So blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean remaster is one thing, but for the other games that are not compatible, is there a different version like cut maps or something?
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is that the PS4 version and the PS5 version are treated as two different SKUs.
Oh,
Two different SKUs.
Basically, the way they like in the Man-Eater FAQ, they specify that these two games are different applications and they have two different trophy sets. So they are considered two different games. As such, save files cannot be transferred. Which is weird because some games can do that. Why is not a standard? No, the problem is because Xbox have solved this problem.
Right. They said, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, the good thing about Xbox right now is that if you play on an Xbox, you can transfer it anywhere. You want to play it on PC, the save is transferred. You want to play on console, whatever different Xbox with very confusing names, it will still be an Xbox. It will still run. Unless you play the older unsupported Xbox lah.
The Xbox.
Oh wait, that's kind of those naming conventions will always be a skating point. But the fact that there's a guarantee that all Xbox will work and have their save file transferable, that's a good that's a good quality of life thing. Man, PS5 is weird. We don't have a lot of news. A lot of this is like small itsy bitsy news from the developers rather than straight from Sony.
Yeah, we need another kutbah for Mark Sony lah.
Yeah. we yearn for that one kutbah, that one sermon once more. We have lost our ways right now. Our faith has been shaken. We need to hear more words of the gospel. Man. Also about that, we've said about Spider-Man. Man, I don't like covering the Spider-Man news because it's a mouthful. The fact that the new game is called Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then you have the old game Marvel Spider-Man, which is getting a remaster called Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, and that game is included in Marvel Spider-Man Morales Ultimate Edition, and it's not so separately. You know, I've said word salad.
Why? Why?
Look,
Why not?
Look, somebody in the naming department has been crazy with the SEO optimization that people hate the optimization, the SEO name. Look how many people look how many people keeps calling it Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales PS5 rather than the full name, because the full name is terrible. Just call it Marvel Spider-Man 2 Miles Morales and then we can short it to Spider-Man 2.
Tapi it's not the actual sequel to Miles Spider-Man Miles
That's
Morales.
the problem. It's not a proper... Now, there's another conversation. Why is it not a full sequel? Now, it's a standalone game.
This is a this is a problem with Sony games because it's the same problem with The Last of Us Left Behind.
Oh, that's easy because
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
okay. From that point, it's a bit easier because the idea it was DLC and then become an standalone.
That's why.
That's an easier way to understand it. Oh, it was DLC. Now it's a standalone game. But this is not marketed as a DLC. It is marketed straight away as a standalone game. And now people thinking about, oh, is it a sequel? No, standalone game.
Hey, like it is the same shit that Sony been doing. That's the problem there.
Yeah, the messaging is just... You say the Xbox name is confusing. Meanwhile, Sony has a word salad problem. You keep on putting jargon after jargon. It doesn't mean anything. Now I don't care about Spider-Man anymore. Because of the mental gymnastics to figure out about the news. I do not like the way it is named. And the whole hullabaloo about how the remaster is being Oh, and on that note, why... I don't get why suddenly they've changed the face of Peter Parker. I know they have the explanation, but it's still a bit... I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, they say oh, the voice, this is because of the voice actor. Nah, I think this is Marvel punya kerja. No, we want it as close as to the Spider-Man.
I don't know, man.
Who owns Marvel?
Marvel lah, Disney.
Yes. This is the mouse punya kerja.
The mouse. This is the mouse working again.
Oh yeah, by the way, I believe Disney bought Marvel for not more than 1 billion.
Yeah, not more than 1 billion.
Which again, Bethesda is much more expensive than Marvel.
Star Wars is more
Bethesda more valuable than Marvel.
Star Wars when your IP is only 2 billion. Star Wars, a franchise that spends 30 years, is more cheaper than Bethesda.
Again, that's the Bethesda money is really hard to sink in. Still, even after 2 weeks. But yeah,
maybe this finally thought Howard we might polish his games now.
I mean, looking at the a bigger picture, they bought Zenimax. They probably own a lot of IP, so it's not just Bethesda. So you can say that much.
Yeah, tapi yelah, and banyak since there's a lot of problems with Zenimax pun.
Good. Holy shit, man!
It's
that's
still a
a lot
good
of
call.
money.
Yeah, still a good call for them though, actually. Because Zenimax is pretty shitty.
I mean, yeah, okay, here's the thing. Zenimax is pretty shitty, and they are privately owned company, so they don't have any shareholders to mess around with.
So, yeah.
So if someone's come knocking with 7.5 billion, of course they're gonna cash out.
Sayonara, boys.
Dude, again, we've already established the hierarchy of the value of companies. Marvel is worth that much. Star Wars is worth that much. Mercedes F1 team is reportedly worth that much. Not even a billion. Of course they gotta cash out. They got free money, man. They've almost...
Microsoft pay cash or stock?
The dump truck style.
Holy shit.
Straight up
cash.
Cash. So basically, they just went to Todd Howard's house and just dumped the cash truck.
Oh yeah. Another perspective. Liberty Media buys F1 for 8 billion, but not in cash. In stocks. This is in cash. The more you look at the more you try to put in perspective about the money, the value of that deal, the more crazy you will see. It's not because of Bethesda. It's because of the money. Yeah, where were we? That's the problem with Sony. You are not generating headlines for us to talk about. You're just making us more confusing. Yeah. How about this for a headline? Mike Morhaime and a bunch of ex-Blizzard developers form a new company called Dreamhaven.
I mean, it's good for them. Good for them because lately Blizzard has been shitty, and I'm a big stuff Blizzard fan in general, and this year has been disappointing. And
Very.
and I don't want to even talk about Warzone sebab first of all I don't have enough space nak main Warzone. Like I have 500 GB of space for games right now, and 40% goes to Arma alone. 40% of that total space goes to Arma. The rest is random.
Boy, howdy.
The crazy bit about Dreamhaven is that how it is. Some people call it Blizzard 2.0. I call it New Blizzard. The fact that they are opening on their office at Irvine, California, which is basically Blizzard's HQ. The website looks a lot like there are a lot of blue colors, like Blizzard, and all of the lead teams because there's the big name company Dreamhaven, and then underneath them there are two other companies. I think it's called like Secret Door, and one more is I forgot what it is. All of them are being led by Blizzard veterans. All of them have pedigrees in like StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone. It's basically, this is basically the anti-Blizzard.
Anti-Blizzard.
The Blizzard alt. This is basically whatever Blizzard is, the antithesis of Blizzard right now. They've all band together. Hey, let's make a better Blizzard.
So basically, if we put it into anime perspective, this is the Sasuke of Blizzard.
Yeah, pretty much.
But this is a good version. I hope.
Hey, we'll see.
The mirror match. That we'll all be waiting for.
Oh yeah, the mirror match. So we shall see what will they call their StarCraft competitor.
As long as I'll be the final judge of that. When they do that.
Okay, the StarCraft and Warcraft started with Warhammer, right? So what are the derivatives from there we can think of?
Command and Conquer.
No. I mean naming wise, like Warhammer becomes Warcraft. What will Dreamhaven's take on Warhammer or Warcraft will be called?
Oh, that's gonna be a
like what?
Yeah.
War Anvil. War Storm.
Water Turtle.
Water Turtle. Star Turtle. World of Water. That's gonna be interesting. We'll see what the new Blizzard will entail. And lastly, the freshest of the news here.
Oh boy.
the announcement that literally broke Twitter.
What is it?
A certain Minecraft Steve is now in Super Smash Brothers because someone in Nintendo said, "Hey, Mr. Sakurai, I bet you cannot put Minecraft Steve into Smash." And then Sakurai himself said, "Bet." And here we are.
No, the funny thing about that part is, I think Sakurai was a bit disappointed when he released Minecraft Steve. According to an interview lately.
You know, like, like I get that Nintendo wants to, buddy with the company that with all the games right now. So, kinda lah.
And the funny part is, I watched the trailer and I can't help it, but there was the one part where Minecraft Steve mines the wall into Mario, The scene looks exactly like that one scene from the Fate anime.
Yep, exactly.
And to be honest, I kinda am disappointed when they announced the new challenger. because when they released that, my mind was like, oh, so Minecraft Steve is okay, but not Mai Shiranui. Good Smash is for good boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, lah. This is the game for good boys and good girls.
I will I will not rest until I get what I want. My in Smash. I mean, you got freaking set. I mean, you got freaking Bayonetta and shit, everything in there, and you say my is unsafe.
The
Right.
boat has sailed, man. The boat has sailed.
I will fight.
Look, if you want to fight with Mai, let me show you this one game called Dead or Alive 6, featuring Mai Shiranui from King of Fighters. Look, literally, there's a DLC for that.
I thought you were going to say a Mugen, tapi that's better.
Yeah,
No, they literally. I mean, that's why Sakurai do not want to put that. Mai has already have that Dead or Alive energy in her.
Fair enough, I guess. But anyways, final expectations for October. Please give me something good.
No.
And that everything went to shit.
Oh my goodness.
So on that note, what? It's
So-
thumbnails.
Thumbnail.
Time. Honda on the gravestone.
Honda the gravestone.
Emergency food sign.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Emergency.
Emergency food sign, but replace it to emergency funds needed. Wait, no, I might as well put Bernie Sanders in there.
No politics in our Christian podcast.
The last time we put a political figure on the podcast,
It crumbled.
It didn't end well.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But it's the financial aid mean not. But yeah, emergency food sign. And
Gacha.
Minecraft.
Just the gacha.
Steve, I guess.
Minecraft Steve. No. The gacha from Genshin, tapi letak Minecraft Steve as the top. As the top one. Itu boleh kan?
Maybe. Oh, what else? We talk about GTA. Should we put Roman again?
Oh my god.
I'm surprised that this time people remember the conversations here. Not to not to bury worms. But it's an interesting change of. How about this? The starting template is the Minecraft Steve reveal.
Alright.
Okay, starting with that. And then we have Fallout Boy. Yes, I know it's called Vault Boy. Shut up.
I didn't see nothing.
And then we put Master Chief. And then we put Doom Guy.
And then we put emergency food.
And then we put the emergency food. Phil Spencer with an Xbox Series S bazooka.
Wait, what?
Yes.
And then the gravestone of a Honda. Next to Mario.
Yes.
Yeah, that should work. And with that, we come to the end of the podcast, which is admittedly have been running way longer than expected. That's on me. That's totally on me. I have a lot to say this time. Sorry about that. Anyway, social links. Tohka, can you start first?
Okay, you can find me playing gacha games, Arma, or anything else goes in my non-existent Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Tohka_Ayani, or you can find me rambling about stuff on twitter.com /Tohka_Ariani.
Danial?
You can follow me on Twitter at FL4KY because my team has died. Rest in peace, Inside Line Racing Team.
F.
Yeah, big F. There was supposed to be a Tony Hawk Near review, but since I have now a job, so it will be out sometime maybe next week. And support your local racing team in this trying time. Okay, Anan.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/dropnear dr4upn1r, dr4upn1r. Send me Bakamitai deepfakes and Ferrari memes. Meck?
And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, Meckronos. A lot of my social medias use that handle. As for GamerMatters.com, expect the regular dose of news and reviews. Well, I don't think other than Tony Hawk, we have a few turning up outside of like Genshin Impact and As Far As The Eye that I've mentioned before. But hey, it's October. We're bracing for November already. So there you go. That's dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. And remember, Coco did nothing wrong.
Banned by China.
I'll save that for the next
Banned.
Fun in Taiwan. Yep, fun in Taiwan.
You know, wait, is it over?